everyone, and welcome to our New Year stream. We are really happy to have you here again in New Year. Today we are gonna have a warm talk, open discussion with top of our teams from previous hackathons with best participants. They were really active, and today we would like to shortly introduce you and give you some advices how to successfully build a team, how to successfully create an idea. We have here also Olesya. Olesya is our marketing manager, and she also really helpful on Discord during our events. Olesya, can you please introduce yourself? I think we can start with the introduction of our participants today.
Sure. Welcome everybody to the first stream in this year. I'm really happy to have everybody here. We a bit forget how to make the streams. It was a bit even stressful or exciting to start today. And I'm Olesya, a marketing manager, as Nasti just mentioned. And here I'm the part of Lablab team to help you during this hackathons, to help you with questions that you have regarding your project. And I'm really excited to tell you that today on the stream we have people who was in top teams during 3 hackathons, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm really excited to start with your introduction. Start with your name and what was your project and which hackathons you won actually. Who wants to start? Maybe Cleona?
Yes, sure. Well, actually, I'm Cleona Chi, biomedical engineering field, focusing on mental health technology. So basically, the hackathon that I've won, second place, is actually the recent one, which is the Cohere. And then we have actually been using Cohere to build the CPT chatbot tool, as we all see, which is very meaningful right here. Yes.
Great. Who wants to be the second one? So you may just start to kick off with your answer.
Hello. It's me, Mohammed Aslan. Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Yes.
So this is me, Mohammed Aslan. I won generative AI hackathon organized by Cohere and Lablab.ai, and I won the hackathon for my submission, which will do uses two language models and generative AI models to do interior designing using AI, and also I participated in other hackathons from OpenAI and Lablab.ai, and also semantic search by Lablab.ai. So OpenAI didn't win, but I learned a lot. There I worked as a team, and I'm looking forward for the results of semantic search.
Great, thank you. Yes, please start.
Maybe.
Hey, I can go next. Can I share my screen?
I guess now you can just start with brief intro. To don't to don't make a screen share. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, my name is Amir. I have participated in multiple Lablab hackathons. I basically made Super Transformer, which was an inbox manager. Babel Tube, which was using OpenAI Whisper, translating the transcripts in real time, as well as Stable Diffusion, where I made comic strip generator using Stable Diffusion and Dreamboot trainings. So I've participated in multiple ones, got in top teams in multiple ones. That's about me. I am currently working on a few very interesting projects related to AI that I would like to showcase in this particular meetup and get sort of interest going on, as well as looking for beta users and other things. So at some point, if I can share my work, that will be good. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And Max, I see that your teammates, is also here. Oh, great! Thank you so much.
Oh, we have one more person. Cool. Who wants to go next with intro?
I'll go next. So, hey everyone, my name is Diego. I'm a software engineer. I'm based out in the US. I'm focusing more on AI now. I've been a software developer for front end mostly, working full stack for the past year. And I've worked on 2 hackathons here, the Open AI Hackathon and the Stable Diffusion Hackathon. On the first one, we made using Whisper, we were able to talk into a mic, and then using ChatGPT, we would transform whatever we said into a Python function or any other function that you may need. And the other app that we created for the Stable Diffusion was a book where whatever's on that page, whatever letters, words, create an image using Stable Diffusion for that page. So it's very a better experience for reading, kind of, in a way. And yeah.
Thanks. All right. Thank you for your answer.
Thanks.
And we have one more person, right? Who wants to share? Probably you missed the first part, so now I would like to ask you to start with your name and describe what are you doing now, and your hackathon experience briefly. So, in which hackathon you won? You was on the top teams, and what was the project? It's username Abionic, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yes, we are waiting for you.
Yeah, so my name is Abhishek. I was part of the Cohere Hackathon number 3 and the Open AI Whisper Hackathon that was there. In Cohere Hackathon 3, I was part of Amish team, who I guess is also on this call. We built a super transformer, which was primarily classification of emails. We were in the top 3 in that. And for the OpenAI Whisper Hackathon, I created a project called Luminous Decibels that was primarily creating lyrical videos with the help of Whisper model. In my day job, I primarily do platform engineering and like some other stuff. And yeah, primarily I'm a generalist who is trying to primarily pick up a bit of ML here and there.
Okay. May I start with the question for everybody, Misty? Before we, thank you. Before we go to the part with advice for people who are on the hackathon now, I want to ask about what was your motivation to join the hackathon from the first time? Because I see that a lot of you joined not the one hackathon on Lablab.ai platform. So what was your motivation to join the first one and also to continuously joining the next hackathon that you have on the platform? Yeah, I would be really happy to hear that.
Maybe I'll start first because I've joined 3 of them. Well, to be honest, like tuning in for the first one, of course, because like we are finding it interesting. Like AI stuff, I saw it on Instagram and I was like just looking at all those things and finding it so interesting. And then after that, like rather than motivation, I would say that it is some sort of passion in me because when I think of how AI could help mental health become more accessible to many people, cutting down the time for them to get healed more efficiently and with a lower cost, of course. I think that this is the way that makes me wanna like keep on doing and keep on building with all of the teammates in like all those 3 hackathons. So yeah, that's for me.
Thank you so much for sharing. So, well, you started with your initial patient, so you have like this passion to mental health, and you saw the technology, right? And you was just interested in how it can help, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw the limitations right there, and AI could definitely help, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Yeah.
Did you Did you find new people, new members? You have contact with them?
I mean,
Yes,
did you
actually.
continuously like
Oh,
contact with them? Yeah.
that's actually great.
Oh, same members, you mean like same members? I did not, but I still keep in contact with them because they're interested in like different hackathons than I am. But I say it's okay, we are gonna still be friends and we're gonna have like different teams because some of them are not like in mental health, but then they like to have a project involving mental health. And then for the last one in Irene, I actually spoke to them and then we are still building the project until now. So it depends on like what are the teammates doing and like when they would like to like talk to you and have time for a hackathon with you. It's really like something that needs a bit of luck in that, I would say. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very good. Okay. Muhammad, probably you wanted to start. Yeah.
So my idea of hackathon was my bachelor's was civil engineering. When I came to my transition, my career to data science and all, I wanted to participate in hackathon. I was not finding. I tried for multiple hackathons, but there was not a platform with very streamlined process. So I got this set for hackathon for from Cohere. So I had multiple ideas because for last 1.5 years I work closely with the Cohere GPT-3 and for 1 year Dali because we got special access for company. So I had multiple ideas, so I wanted to try. I approached my colleagues. No one wanted to work on weekends, so I thought, okay, for this time I'll go solo. Yeah, so that was my case, and I thought, okay, let us build something, which will solve something a very pain point in the industry, and make it as a use case, not for hackathon, for for my future career as well. Okay, so by I did way I had to pull in lot of time and effort, and I did my submission, and luckily I won the hackathon. And second one from OpenAI and Lablab, I failed also, but I learned there. So, but yeah, winning and losing is part of game. But one thing I liked about hackathon is there will be huge time constraint. So we have to be one fit. We have to be uh, jack of all trades, master of all trades. No compromise in that. So participating in hackathon solo and also as a team helps me, as being very flexible, being very learning quickly, adapting and building a use cases and storyline, and also the storyline, everything behind it. That I think that's a very good skill one must master. Yeah, and I'm also looking for future hackathons, and I'm confident of winning them as well. Yeah.
That's very great.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
share a few things. I think the best thing about the Lab hackathons were like the topics they were choosing were like really cutting edge, right? NLP focused NLP hackathons. Very few hackathons are out there, and especially with the partnership with Cohere, access to APIs and credits was like really nice. And Cohere also as a platform is really slick, just allows you to get started very quickly on any of the NLP ideas, as well as I think later on, OpenAI Whisper was released. Within 2 weeks, we had the Lablab hackathon. Stable Diffusion was picking up, and we had the Stable Diffusion hackathon. Even like supplemented with a lot of tutorials of how to get started. So yeah, actually, as a developer, like you have two sides, academic and practical. A lot of times you get sucked into academic and just keep reading about things and not really like produce any output, and you feel productive. But hackathon is when the rubber meets the road, and whatever you have studied, whatever you have learned, you have to basically apply and produce something in 48 hours. And it really basically tests your fundamentals and all your hacking skills about bringing something or building something in 48 hours. Also, like if you have multiple team members, like how do you coordinate? How do you make sure everybody is engaged? How do you distribute work so that you don't step on each other's toes? And so, yeah, I think the subject that the Lab chooses, the support that it provides, both from official partnership as well as tutorials and credits. And yeah, just as a community also, it's going very healthy. So it's very nice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What was the most
Very good that you. Yeah, sorry, Nasty.
yeah, I just wanted to ask you, what was the most I can say helpful for you during our events? It was, for example, tutorials or communication with mentors.
I think both, depending on hackathon to hackathon, in the stable diffusion one, I found tutorials slash blog post really helping you to basically have the whole stable diffusion slash reboot up and running in different forms. I think there were like notebooks as well as a lot of other blog links. So uh, in other, especially the Cohere ones, the close partnership, uh, like getting credits as well as really interesting prizes. So yeah, overall, like it depends on hackathon to hackathon, partnership to partnerships. Uh, Basically, I find one more useful than the other. But overall, all of these things are useful.
So much.
Thanks. It's very good that you just mentioned. I just want to notice that very good that you mentioned that the hackathon it's a very good challenge of your skills, so you can challenge yourself to work for this 48 or 7 days. Yeah, that's very great point for people who considering participating in our hackathon. Yeah, that's a very great way to test your skills in the short period of time. Who wants to go next? Was your motivation? Yeah.
So I got involved with Lablab because I actually had a friend that I've been networking a lot last year and making lots of friends in tech, and he invited me to come do this event, and I had no idea about Lablab. He just knew that I loved AI. I've been working a lot with OpenAI's APIs by that time, and so he sent it over to me and suggested we do it. And this was actually my first hackathon too, and I had a lot of fun. It was a blast. And when I got on y'all's website and I saw all the tutorials, I was like, whoa, like there's so much I can learn here. And then what kept me here was the fact that it's such a big community, the Discord. There's always people to talk to. There's so many people learning or willing to teach others. And then there's so many resources. It's just a great place to be if you want to learn about AI or just have someone to talk to about all that stuff. And then like a lot of other people have been saying, the aspect of having like a deadline to do something that makes, I don't know what it is about that, but it just makes everything so much like a fuel in or fire like burning inside of you to like finish. And you I feel like you can do way more in like 3 days than you can in a hackathon than you normally can in like a week of like no hackathon.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah.
Who
All
wants to go
right.
next?
Avionic user from the Amber team. Yeah.
So yeah, even my experience was kind of similar. Like actually, Amir and I are friends in like close friends in real life. So like we were actually on a trip when Amir kind of introduced Lablab to me and like told me that like they organize AI hackathons and like if I would like to join one of those. So that's when we joined the Cohere hackathon and like I had a great experience actually. Like we even got to have a teammate whom we didn't know before. We just knew that like that person used to like take parts in Lablab hackathons. We just contacted them on LinkedIn and like we formed a nice team together. And for the second hackathon that I took part in, like it was like as like someone said before me, like I had the idea since long. Just that like I was kind of being disorganized and crunching it out and like making it into a real workable demo. But the deadline sort of laid it out for me. In that, even in that, like there were people who are like, the interface for Lablab platform like made it very easy for anyone to basically reach out and join the team. It's just that like in that hackathon, I had everything laid out, and like I wasn't very sure in what chunks of time I'll be working, so I didn't uh, primarily had any team member, but like the interface kind of made it very easy. Like that, if I wanted a team member in that hackathon, I could have asked a number of people. So that was great. Yeah.
Great, thank you. You wanted to talk something to ask the follow-up question or not? So you start.
Yeah, yes. I would like to continue, and we have also questions from our chat, from Twitch chat, and I think it's a great question. For to go with the next topic, we have question. I'm just a college student, not a professional. Can I join the hackathon? And this is a great question regarding the team formation, because I can say that yes, if you are not professional, if you are not good in AI field, it's okay, because we also a good team. It's not only programmers, it's also from business side, from organizational side. So guys, do you have an advice, and can you share with your experience how to create a successful team, and what type of team members you need to build a good idea and to build a good project? Alice, can you add some more to my question?
I guess you formed it very well. Yeah, what the secret of success with the best team? How to win this hackathon is the best team? Yeah.
Yes.
Who wants to start?
Well, I'll start first because when this person mentioned that like he or she is a college student and not a professional, etc., I want to tell you something. So in mental health industry, we have such thing as imposter syndrome. And I hope you don't have it, but you can check on it yourself. Okay, so right now I want to tell you I'm university student as well. But why could I do it like 3 projects, like submitting them and forming teams, sometimes solo, and win a second prize in the last one? Because we have all these doubts in our mind telling us not to do these things. But as long as you're here and you can read these things, like all this information, you're lucky enough to actually learn everything. So the most important thing, like in my humble opinion, is the willingness to learn. Really, like if you are willing to learn, like it's above of all of the obstacles that you have that are keeping you away from joining. Like when you want to join. And I want to tell you a bit about how I actually think of it in the way that we're lucky, because I actually talked with my grandma last time in the past, and she told me that she did not have the chance to learn anything. So actually she sees hope in me and in the next generation, when we can have all these things to learn, and we have all these tutorials provided for free on Lablab.ai. And to be honest, I was not an expert. I started out from scratch. I was like devastated. I was like sort of emotional when I couldn't get through some of the errors. And when I pinged those mentors, I was learning with enthusiasm, with love. So yeah, we all have to go through it. Maybe some people have talent in something, maybe some people like learn faster, but it's okay. Like everybody has a way of learning, and when you get onto it, you're gonna learn it, and you're gonna be so satisfied, so happy when you can use it to solve the solutions in this world. And I wish you can do it. I know you can. Yeah.
Thank you a lot. But the question was just to follow up with question. Cleona just replied to the person who wrote in the Twitch comments. But the main question that Nasty asked, it was about like what is the secret of success to form the best team that will win the hackathon, and how this process was for you. And I guess Muhammad can share the experience building with solo team, right? Because probably on most of the hackathon you wasn't solo.
Yeah. Waiting for comment from a student, first of all, I suggest to go with the hackathon. Because see, nowadays in the next generation, no one will see your resume. They will see your what hackathon you won. Simple. So the concept is changing for the applying for jobs. So when you won the hackathon, you will get a visibility across the globe, and you will get opportunity, remote opportunities from across the borders. So keep that in mind when you're participating in hackathon. There is no loss in participating and failing. You need to come and participate as a winning, not winning or losing, as a learning. You're coming to learn or contribute to something for humanity. And coming for team building part, it's good if you get a good team in the Discord channel. In the worst case, if you don't get try to be a master of all, but I suggest you not to go. But in the worst case, you can be the own master and own team. But having the team is also having it also comes with a great responsibility, with a great, so complementary skills. So we say you have a team of 5 people, and 5 people will have a supplementary and complementary skills. Some people will be good in AI, some people will be good in presentation, some people will be good in web development, some people will be very good in management. So everyone will complement each other, and we will have a strong team, and the probability of winning as a team will obviously will go north. Yeah, that's my suggestion.
Very good. Thank you.
Amir?
Sure, I can share. My views can be very biased of how I work, right? So I think one thing is like having more people on the team does not necessarily mean that you're going to get more work done. Frankly, like in hackathons as well as in real life, like people and coordination is the bigger challenge than solving the problem at hand, right? So don't make the team so large that it becomes a problem rather than the problem you're trying to focus on. So that is one thing. I think the other thing is yeah, start with some sort of outcome or a goal in your mind, right? uh, for example, like winning hackathon and actually winning some prize money is good. uh, but I think also, like, I think the other things for me especially is learning, or basically basically learning. So there what I do is I try to team up with people who I can learn from, as well as in return who I can basically teach something. So, if coming from the perspective of who asked the question, yeah, I think if I am choosing a team member, then I look for people who are sincere and committed, because a lot of people are very excited at the beginning, but frankly, they just disappear or ghost you once they're part of the team. So it might be okay for one, but the people who have paired multiple times in the subsequent hackathons were the one who are like sincere, committed, and just were very honest, right? So that way, you basically just form sort of a relationship, and you basically then have some sort of a repeated team members and have a stronger team. And that's how I function. So I participated in Stable Diffusion. I paired with two awesome guys. I again paired with them in the next hackathon. After that, I got a bit busy, but if I have to participate again, I'll reach out to them before basically I make an open call. Right. So yeah, depends on your profile also. If you are fresher and if you are here to learn, then be sincere, be committed. It's over a weekend. A lot of you're sacrificing quite a lot. And the other thing is it's not about the numbers. Even if you are a solo or a 2 member or 3 member team, basically you can punch above the weight, as well as start with the goal in the mind. What you are in here for? Are you in for the prize money, or are you in for the learning? So based on it, basically decide the team members and your strategy.
Well, quality is much more important than quantity. Yeah? To summarize the answer. Great, thank you. Okay, who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Great.
So, what was the question again?
Okay, the secret of success, how to form the best team, and your experience.
Okay, so I would say that forming the best team specifically is kind of like different for everybody. So for me, what I did was I just flat out said like, "Hey, I'm not the best at X or Y or whatever, but I'm not good at that either." And so that was a great way of building a team that could cover all ends. So, like, say you were weak at front end, you could search for someone in there that may not know the back end as much, and they just want to learn, and they're willing to help you with the back end, and then you can do the front end, or it could be really anything. For example, I am JavaScript first. That's the first language I learned, and so my Python is not as strong as my JavaScript. And I just found someone that was really good at Python but not good at JavaScript. And that's just kind of like a magnet. We like work well together. And about the first question about being a college student and all that, just honestly working with people, it will really start teaching you a lot. And even if, say, you don't finish whatever hackathon you want to work in, you're going to be way smarter than before you started. Hopefully, like if you do some reading, like if you have a goal and you start writing it out and you may not finish it, you at least know what your weaknesses are, and so you're able to tackle those weaknesses and then come back later and be able to I don't know, maybe win the hackathon like in a couple months. It just matters about how much you're willing to learn, like others have been saying.
Great words. Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We have a great who wants to answer. Just let us know that you're with us and you want to answer, or I will go to the next question. Great.
Yeah. So the audio was a bit bad here. I just wanted to add like one thing. So like in like real life, like in when we are working on a long-term project, like things like shadowing someone with better experience on the same kind of tasks kind of work out well to gain experience and like gradual momentum. But like with hackathons where like it's a limited time and like everyone is kind of really focused on getting the things done within time, it'll be like it's better like if you pick a team where you are actually filling a gap primarily, and like whether it's just for a simple small bit, but instead of like two people or three people just trying to figure out like similar kind of things, like if they're even if there are less people, but you're filling a gap and in the process just learning a simple thing that would primarily just gradually build up the like the skill set that they want build up the too, and like primarily like prepare them for the future hackathons and like make them win. That's it.
Great, thank you. Thank you, and I want to move on to the next huge topic, but it's super important for people on the hackathon. It's about the idea formation and the process of choosing the idea. I know that some of you already had idea before the hackathon, so you had it in mind and you just wanted to implement it, and somebody was in the team, and then in the team you was choosing the idea. And I want to split it into like short answers. I want to hear from you, and probably it will be very useful for people who are watching us now. First of all, did you come to the hackathon with your idea, and do you think it's a really good option to have your idea before the hackathon? And the second part of the question is give one sentence advice for people how to form and how to pick up the best idea from your experience as well, to reflect on how it was for you during the hackathon. Well, did you come with your idea or you find the idea during the hackathon? And the second part, one sentence advice. So we can make a quote and then put on our social media. And thank you as an author. Fiona, wants to start?
Okay, sure thing. Because, well, there are so many questions that I'm digesting, but I'm answering like the first one first. So basically, I would say no and yes. But it's weird because I have set the team to be in the category of mental health. But in terms of whether it is an ideal in, like, let's say the first one I had was like chromotherapy, like using colors to heal people. And like the second was actually like using like Cohere to classify like whether this person is suiting which therapy. And the last one was CBT chatbot. These ideas that you see right here are just like on the spot. They're not like prepared before, but you know something, like when you say like the process of brainstorming or all those things, I would suggest on using tools because in my first hackathon I remember how hectic it was. I was trying to use Notion only, but I figured out that it's not enough. So there are some of the tools that you could see from the Discord of Lablab.ai if you scroll up there that we have used before. So I would say like the first one is Notion. Notion because like it could help us organize things, and because mainly it's free. And then also, well, inside here I also use Lucid Spark, but you can only use it for once or twice or for free. And then also you can use Kinopios or any apps at all to help you mind map. So the most important thing right here is that like when you're brainstorming, you want to find the best tools. Like you can just find other tools out of the ones that I suggested, and you want to like sit down with your teammates and discuss about it. So if you're on your own, of course you can just like sketch your flow chart, something that we engineers always do, or you can go with brainstorming because I learned a lot from brainstorming. Because I remember how my team had people who are from like the economic side, who are from metaverse gaming side. So when we sit down and we brainstorm, we realize that the idea it becomes more mature. So let's say when like at first we want to say, oh, this is just a chatbot. And then later on we say that this is gonna be like CBT chatbot, and it is gonna be linked to a therapist popping out. This is going to be linked to having NFT as a reward. You see how it is being more detailed and more matured when you really take the time to talk with them. And this is something that I learned the hard way, so I want to tell. And I also want to give a little bit of credits to, not a bit, I mean just give credits to the mentors who have helped me before, like Arjun, Skander, Irvin. These are the mentors that you should always like go ask them, because I realized that like each time we're like pinging the mentors too late. If I have time to go back, I would actually just brainstorm quickly as soon as possible and just ping the mentors and tell them, oh, we have this idea and let us just see if it's gonna work or not and what are your thoughts. So usually the mentors will come in and help you do some of the gap analysis, because our expectations are always higher. I don't know about the others. So they're going to do the gap analysis over there and tell you, oh, there is a gap to what we could actually do in 3 days. And you could form something amazing, but not like that. And yeah, eventually you're going to get there. And for the one line advice, I would say is like build quickly, but with love and integration. Yeah.
Very good. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Go next.
Yeah, sure.
Talking about the idea, so I had in mind about the interior designing space. I had to do something at that space, but in other hackathons like say OpenAI and semantic search, so say first of all we need to know what are the tool tech stacks available. So we have a Cohere, sorry, we have the Cohere model, then we have what are the tech stack available, and recently they released one Cohere model which is semantic search, multilingual semantic search. So using this tech stack as a our tool, as a as a armory, then we need to marry all these tools and imagine using, we have only these tools at the moment, using this what potential problem statement we can solve or which industry we can disrupt, which can be any, there's no There's no barriers for any industry. Maybe it is design, maybe it is multimedia, maybe it is educational fintech. So in that space, so we just need to brainstorm and see which industries we can disrupt, and with very strong doable project along with a strong business use case. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have very good idea. Okay, but
Okay.
I'm not able to do it in 2 days. Then it's fail. Okay, doable. Okay, we need to marry all these tech stacks, and we have to think of a solution which is doable in 2 days. A, and B is uh, strong business line and strong revenue generation pipeline. Idea ideation stage.
Very good. Mm-hmm.
If we don't have these things, then just participating and taking inspiration of others will not, the probability is very less in winning this. Okay, winning probability is high when our use case is not in terms only for winning hackathon. Should be is also on the lines of how it helps the humanity. Okay, like what Cleona is working. I mentioned her name in post saying that okay, her post is also her project deserves a mention because it saves lives. Mental health is a very huge challenge, it saves millions of lives, and that's more than money. So we have to build solution which will disrupt the market or create something meaningful, impactful. Okay, that's what I suggest to new for anyone who want to
That's very good. That's very good advice. Actually, it's actually a little bit like trick up to win the hackathon, because when it's important criteria for us, when you see business applicability, you have the revenue stream and you understand how you can go next with the project. So it's not just like one hackathon project. Usually, these projects are not winning the hackathon. They are great, but they can't win actually. And what is your one-line advice for people regarding idea? Just to
uh,
summarize.
summarize, build something which will disrupt any market.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
Yeah, I can share. I think one of the things is people tend to think of a very complex idea, right? And it just overwhelms them in the starting itself. And a lot of teams basically start out work quite a lot, but are not able to be ready by the demo time. So rather, what has worked is start with a very simple idea, and obviously, if you want to add more features, make it more complicated, you can obviously do it at a later point whenever you have time. So start with a simple idea, and frankly, like no one is expecting you to make like $1 billion idea in 48 hours, right? It's a concept. So frankly, it's also throwaway, right? So don't try to basically come up with a very complex idea which you are not able to make 1% progress, but try to come up with a very simple idea where you are able to make 500% progress, right? You basically achieve 5x of what you started with. I think the other thing that is very important is don't get married or don't get emotionally attached to the first idea that you have, because it's a team. There are going to be 3 to 5 members, and there are going to be a lot of opinions and inputs about it. And if you are very hard about this is the way we have to do it, then it's going to just create friction, as well as it's going to stifle innovation, kill creativity, and other things. So if you have contributed, just take a step back and listen to others and have diversity of opinion. So that is the second thing. And third and last thing, like just know the fundamentals, right? Know what is possible with whatever technology you're working on. Like you cannot make jet engines with NLP models, right? That's a very like stark example. But what I'm saying is like if you have a good understanding of what the technology is and what the possibilities are, your ideas also basically rotate around the domains where the application is possible, rather than like really out of the domain. So those are the three things. One is just start simple idea. Second one is don't get attached to the idea. And third is know the fundamentals. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. It's like 3 sentences advice, but still works well. Thank you. Let's go to other people who wants to start with their. Yeah.
I have something to add on to what Amir said actually. So I'll just go now. So okay, like as Amir said, like we should pick something, and like as even before Amir, like you said, like we should pick something simple that can be done within the time limit of hackathon. So like think simple, but so like there's one thing though. So I'm not sure like if my mind is chaotic or what, but like whenever I'm using some interesting app or like any even like daily services that we use, like if something really irritates me, it kind of like simply comes up in my head that okay, instead of like this service or this app like approaching this problem to solve in this manner, like it should be actually kind of approaching it in a different way, and that kind of like kind of get sometimes get stuck like as an idea or like just as an irritation or whatever. uh, like one of like and sometimes like several times like those are complex things. So for example, like the prototype I built for the OpenAI Whisper hackathon, like it was a complex idea to begin with. Like it has lots of other layers that I would be adding going ahead onto that prototype. But like I knew that the time limit of the hackathon was for like 2 or 3 days. So like it's like you can always strip down the complex ideas into an MVP and like on like what the minimal viable product you want to build first and to showcase. So like even if someone is getting a complex idea to begin with, they but if it's an interesting idea and if they're driven towards it, like they actually see value in it, like they shouldn't just drop it because it seems too complex. They can always like try to find the core of it, try to strip down into a MVP, and then like start from there, because anyway even in real life they'll be starting from from a simple piece of it and then build upon it, right? So that's what like I had to add to it.
Great. And what's your one line advice?
um, Even if you have a complex idea, try to find the core of it and just go for it if you see value in it.
And to have
Thank
enough
you.
time to implement it. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. One more advice we have for today regarding team for sorry, not information, idea formation. Yes, it's you.
Okay, I'll go ahead and talk. So some of the points that y'all have been making, I kind of took that into consideration, or our team did. For example, what is the MVP? What is the minimum viable product that we're trying to get out? Like, say something really bad happens, what is the minimum thing we got to do to make sure we at least have a product? And if you establish that before everybody like starts picking their ideas, it kind of helps everybody pull towards the same goal. And so what we did honestly is we just came out with like 2 ideas each, and then we shared those ideas. And after we shared those ideas, we went back and took out one idea that we thought wasn't good from our own, and then we shared them again, and then we just we voted. And like others have been saying, there's also times where you want to add more to the product. Like you say an idea, and then the person that had like 2 other great ideas will be like, you know what, I don't want to do my idea, like let's just do this with yours and add this and that and that and that. And then you just get all excited, and next thing you know, it's 3 days later and you built an app.
Yeah. Could you please form it 1 sentence? Like your advice. Yeah.
It'd probably be I don't know. Work hard, build a minimal viable product.
Thank you. Great.
And we have a questions from our Twitch comments. Do you think it's very difficult if you are in team with new people? Question for you guys.
I'll go ahead first. I didn't think it was difficult. I think communication is a big factor in like, is it going to be difficult working with new people or not? Going off that point, what is difficult about talking with people is that sometimes you're not in the same time zone, so it's hard to like meet up and do stuff. But if you just schedule out like a good time to meet before the end of the deadline, you'll get your stuff done. But no, it's pretty easy to work with people. Just let people know your weaknesses, let them know what you're willing to do, and let them know your schedule. And from there, like everybody else knows, like, okay, we can do this then, we can't or can. Yeah.
Very good. Do we have something more from Twitch channel?
No, so the last question. And yeah, I also wanted to introduce here Matthias, so founder of Lablab.ai and New Native. Matthias, if you can join us and introduce yourself, tell more about if you have some questions to our participants, and also give some advices, because I think you can have the best advices how to win the hackathon.
Yes, hi everyone. Is my sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you everyone for being with us here today, and over a year it has been quite a exciting year. The last one, I think I don't remember really when we did our first kind of real hackathon on Lablab, but I think it was probably in the middle of the summer at some point. So not super long ago, and we put a lot of effort kind of this year to get the site and everything ready. But what I'm really excited for is the upcoming year, and we're really looking here mainly like two things. First of all, we are working very hard right now to figure out a way like how can we support you guys when you come up with some project, but still make it kind of simple. Like how can we support you so you actually can get this to market without, say, complicating things? Because reality is most likely that 97 out of 100 projects, they will fail. So we want to find a good way that really allows teams that create awesome applications to be able to hit the market. So basically supply you with everything you need to get it to, say, a production level as fast as possible, so you can be on product hunt 3 weeks later and see if it kind of starts to fly and you get the traction on it. So that is coming. We should make some announcement in the next couple of weeks, and we're also looking here to work really close with AI labs, because this is also in their interest to get these technologies out on the market. So yes, so that is one big thing. Another big thing that is coming is that we're really gonna start to involve the community a lot more, and also give value back to people that actually are contributing into it. So that is also about to happen. But I'm super thankful for everyone that have been with us during this year and been building with us. We know that we still probably have quite some path to go to make everything good. There is a lot of holes we could patch at the moment to make it better. So like your feedback is super good around this. And I'm super happy also to see that people keep coming back and building with us, because what we really are focusing on doing is to identify technologies we believe are going to have a significant impact and get that out to the community as fast as possible. And there will be a lot more of this, and we will see a lot more technologies being released towards the Lablab community before anyone else basically in the world can access them. Yeah, I don't know more. I don't know what else to say. Alicia, Anastasia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so much.
probably
This
not
year was really.
your story.
Just want to say that
Excuse
this
me.
year Yeah, I just say that this year was really successful regarding hackathons. We know a lot of good people. We built a lot of projects together, and I wish this year actually will be much more better, and we'll meet much more people and build new projects. So you come up with new ideas, new technologies. So yeah, I can wish all of us success. That's why I'm asking.
Hey,
What you want to say?
I just wanted to share something that I was currently working on, and it was, getting a lot of ideas from the Stable Diffusion Hackathon that I did as part of Lablab. Can I share my screen and share the people here? Yeah, I'm just sharing my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen.
This stream was ended. Try it once again, please.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I can tell that. So we will launch a function latest on Monday, which is basically like an app discovery page. It will allow people to actually discover all these great applications you guys have been building, because now they are kind of nested in under the event. So it's a completely new function we've been working on a lot this week, and it's fun. That will make it possible to search applications or find applications after certain technologies, or find multiple projects, say a certain person have been building, and so on. So yeah, I expect to get a lot more eyes on the things you have created the upcoming weeks.
Nasty, could you please make sure that you give the speaker role to Amir, because we still have the issue with sharing screen. Okay,
Sure.
thank you.
One
Mohammed,
moment, yeah.
did you want to tell something?
Hi, Matthias.
Hi.
Actually, I tried to connect you from Discord, but I'm not able to send you message. So I just want to know, like, I won the hackathon for generative AI. My use case was doing interior designing using artificial intelligence, and my solution was the House of Happiness. And I just wanted to know a bit more about a slingshot program from New Native. So I am more interested in like scale, taking this to next scale, like you were telling. Like most of the startup failed, so I just wanted to know how I can apply it to that program. So something in brief.
Yeah, definitely. So we are about to kick this off. Basically, what we want to provide is a super short kind of program that's a couple of weeks, where we give you we can basically give you like access to production grade infrastructure APIs and everything you need to kind of wrap around, because you're in many cases, especially working with transformers and so on, a lot of the product is actually coming up with the ID, building the prompt and so on. But then if we want to launch it out of product onto something, we need like payment system, subscription system, member system, APIs and so on. So that is something we'll supply in this program, and kind of the credits and everything you need to get it out there. I know about your project because I haven't seen it directly myself, but multiple people have actually mentioned it for me, and Pavel talked about it, and I heard it was really great. So we'll be super happy to get you. We are gonna do a pilot that will start, I believe, in 1 or 2 weeks. So we are super happy to get your project involved in that one. I will, if you send me, send me a friend's request on Discord, and I will accept it. Maybe you have done already. No, you probably need to send me a request there, and I will accept it, and you can write PM private messages, I think. Maybe I can do it here. No, I sent a request. Okay. And anyone else that are listening on this or are in this stream that want to be part of this kind of pilot we are doing, please reach out to us. We will also do some announcements on the Lablab Discord regarding it. So that's really what we're looking for too. How can we now, we have all this community people building, we have pre-market access to technologies, so how can we help to kick you guys out the nest, and then we see you fly or crash, but if you crash, you climb up again and you come up with something new, and we keep repeating until something flies, because it's a reality. Like building tech companies, whatever, it's super duper hard. You need to. It's like when effort meets opportunity. It's not only skills. It's also having kind of a bit of luck. So never get disencouraged. Just keep at it, and at some point you will figure it out. So yeah, we will make sure you get involved in that, and also everyone else that will. All right, Amit, I will not hold up you anymore here. Go ahead.
Thank you, Matthias. Thank you very much. Thank you. So this is something. So I participated in the Stable Diffusion Hackathon. I hope everyone can see my screen. Quick audio.
Yes, we can.
Confirmation. Yeah. I think this is now quite a popular concept of generating your profile pics in different characters. So this is something I've been working on for past few weeks, and I'm almost ready to launch. So this is going to be a lot more flexible than a lot of solutions out there, where you just have a set where you can generate it from. So what this allows you in technical terms to do is using the dream mode technique, train stable diffusion to basically generate profile pictures of you in different settings using text to image stable diffusion technique. Right, so you can actually generate your profile pic in front of Eiffel Tower, or if you are crazy, have crazy aspirations as a Time Person of the Year, how you're going to look there, or into Marvel characters as Iron Man, or as Thor, or as Superman, right? So these different characters you can generate by just uploading 5 to 20 pictures of yours. So what I would request everyone here is go to udazzle.com, YOUDAZZL, udazzle.com, and sign up so that we are planning to launch in a week or two. So we can actually reach out to you, get feedback from you as a beta user, and then basically go with the wider release. Yeah, that's my plug. Thank you, Lablab, for allowing me that opportunity. And thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing.
Looks awesome. And also there would be, also if you want to be part of this pilot, it would be great. So let's talk more about that later. But yeah, super cool.
Cool. Thanks, Matthias. Yes, I'll reach out.
Oh, before we end, actually, I would like to ask Matthias a few questions, only two. First is could we form a channel for alumni of some of the submitted projects? Because when I was chatting with Muhammad Aslan, we found out that actually many of the winners from the past hackathons would like to connect with each other, and we would also like to be pinged by NextGrid and New Native when some of the opportunities are out. So yeah, because we know our server is having limited channels, so that is first. And second is if we have because we are having the mental health stuff, but I was thinking it would be cool if we have some of those playgrounds of our own projects. So we were working on it from the Irene project. So just image transformers have Mid-Journey, so why not in the future we have some of those Irene, which is coming from Lablab and the other projects right there. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, super good suggestion, and it's in the making. We will make sure that we have these channels up by Monday. so you guys get access to it. And we have also something that is pretty cool is that we have a quite some integration with our site. So what we want to do also is to automatically be able to give people roles depending, like, so if you have been submitting, actually completing a hackathon, you should get access to certain things. You've been one of the finalists, you get access to like a winner channel, so to say. I love the idea with integrating more stuff towards Discord. Let's make that happen for sure. That's super awesome idea. We will need to figure out this channel chaos that we have, because the great idea was, okay, let's automate, let's do full integration to Discord, create channels for all teams, and then we come to the now we realize, oh no, we don't have enough channels. So we don't know exactly how to solve this. Maybe we could use like Teams Discord channel 2, 3, 4, 5 or something like that. So we could have it, because I think it's probably good to be able to supply teams with channels, and also allow the teams to kind of keep the channels somehow, because now they are kind of taken down after hackathons. I think, like Anastasia, let's set up some like call next week with like let's say people that are in community that have been part of actually submitting a project, to get them in, and we can get this community thing going, and also talk a bit about our thoughts around it, and how we also want to give value back, because we really don't want to be in a situation where we ask you guys to do like write some article or do stuff, and then we take the cookie ourselves. We want to share that value with you guys, and I think we have come up with a really good way to do it. So I'm more than happy to talk more about that next week in this call.
Yeah, this is a great idea. We have already some channel called promo and projects. You can share with your submission project here, but definitely we have to create some, I think, separate category with submissions, and they give the space for people, for our participants to discuss it and more about project. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say our absolute, like, now we are really shifting focus towards like you guys, the community, and how we can create more engagement and involvement and ownership and so on. Because bottom line, you are the people that are creating all the amazing stuff. We are just trying to provide a common ground for it. So yeah, communities like that, it's the highest priority from basically Monday and forward. And we have had a lot of talk and discussions over the last 2-3 weeks how to actually create a good, say, common value where we all can kind of win together. Did you have another question?
And last one question from our comments. Can you participate or just watch the hackathon if you just discovered the AI space first week ago and had like 90 screen time signed then? So, yes, of course.
Yes, I think everyone can join. I think one thing we also have in the making is to like improve the team matching functions, because there it depends also like what do people want to build and what they are looking for. We understand there could be sometimes a mismatch if we have say 1-2 people on some very high level. Operational technology is a low level. If somebody are very skilled, because they're close to the binary. I'd say people highly skilled, and then there are some mixed match in that teams. Then I think this also could be a very big cause of some projects falling apart or not making it to the end. So that's also really something to that we are trying to figure out, and also I would love to get feedback from you guys, and also get feedback like what are the things we should kind of solve next to make this experience better. So yeah, everyone is welcome, but I would say generally what we can see is like the level are very high in the community, and I think that's also because we were very, very early with this. So people that found us was people that naturally had an interest of this area. They discovered it and realized, okay, this is something significant happen, and they come and join us and build with us. So that kind of have kept the overall level high. Now, as these technologies are getting like massive exposure everywhere, we can expect that more people that are less seasonal, so to say, are coming. But we will definitely figure out a good way to create teams that really kind of work together and becomes a good, say, internal match, so to say.
Great. That's for today.
But one thing I can say is just that yes, if you are thinking about getting into like tech or building stuff, now is the perfect time because it's just like monumental change how you're building applications, how you're building software. So a lot, of course, it's very beneficial to have still like a previous experience in building stuff, but still it's the perfect time. Like somebody could start today and they could be like an awesome, say, prompt engineer in 1 to 2 months and really be at the top level in that. So I would say if somebody are coming in and are totally new to the space, like start with using get familiar with it by using the different playgrounds, understand how to actually just to get the models to do the things you want. Because with that, you are stepping into the events with a good value to provide to your team, so to say. So anyone new, like get out, write prompts. You have playground, basically all of the labs we are working with, they have their playgrounds you can access. You get some free credits to build on it. So yeah, just get down to it and spend a lot of time doing it. Simply coding and building stuff is a lot of getting the hours in and try to get things to work.
Great. Thank you a lot. And I guess we can finish the stream, right, Nasty?
Yes,
With
we
these
can finish.
words. Great. So thank you a lot from my side. Nasty will add more, but thank you so much for joining us. First of all, people who won the hackathon and who are happy to share their experience and their advice to people who just started with AI probably and with Lablab.ai. And thank you so much for everybody who was watching us. And hopefully it was very insightful. And I said we will have really a lot of content out of this talk because you give us really amazing advice for hackathon participants. Nasty, you may finish with your what do you want to add and close the stream?
So, I just wanted to thank you guys to join us and to start this amazing year from this part. We will have a lot of events for future. We will have AI 21 Cohere, Open AI Hackathon. So you are all welcome to our future events. Join us. Start learning with us, play with us. We will thank you for your advices first of all, and we want to be better. We want to improve our skills. We want to improve our platform, our Discord channel, and server. So thank you so much, and you already next week with new events and with new activities.
See you guys.